Hey guys, we are team Ľavé Koleno. I am Michal, Tomáš, Adam, and Jakub. And our project was basically a more structured news feed based on processing the raw text that we got from the API. At first, we fetched all the articles we could. That's 1,000. Then we processed it using Yake to extract the keywords, and after that, with our own keyword base, we matched it to the themes of the articles. Basically, the main point what we wanted to achieve was more structured searching for articles, not only based on political bias, but also themes like tech, politics, economics, because what we found that there are a lot of articles that aren't just politically based. So I guess I'm gonna
should I take a word?
Yes.
Should I take a word?
Yeah.
Okay. So a little bit about the tech stack. For backend, we used Python and Flask because it's the simplest there is for projects like this. Then we used Yake for natural language processing. We didn't use LLMs to process the articles. We actually processed the data ourselves. And then, of course, Newsmatics API to get all the data from the server. Yep. And on the front end, we used Svelte and SvelteKit. Daisy UI, which is a very nice bootstrap with lots of elements pre-made, so we didn't have to waste our time on it. And Bun.js because node build crashed the build like 2 times, so we just decided to go with it. Yes? And now I'll give you a short demo. So this is the UI. It's very minimalistic, and also the first launch takes a while because we actually prefetch a lot of data from the database to process it and create a feed for the user. Then when we create a feed, this takes a little bit too much time. Well, that's unfortunate. We should have been better prepared, but I'll just at least explain what should be going on. So this is the main feed where all the articles are sorted from from the newest, and also by topics. Based on the keywords that we match in the articles, we assign them a tag, and then we show them to the user. Yes, here it is. It took a significant amount of time, but here it is. Just a very simple news feed, and in the top we have a little bit more diverged topics. If we click on one of those, we'll actually see a small pop-up, and here, if we click on a couple of from the same tag, you can see that the natural language is kind of a downside sometimes, because here it matches sub-zero temperatures and assign it environment, but it's hardly an environmental article, but that's what happens sometimes, yeah. And here we have some statistics, and we can actually see the user profile, which we built over time so that we can recommend more articles to the user based on what they read. and not only to encourage their biases, but also to challenge them. So what we would like to do is to actually suggest to the user some articles from the other side so that they could stay out of the echo chamber and actually discover some new insights into topics they wouldn't usually dive into. So yeah, that's just for the quick demo. I think I'll wrap it up here because time's running out, and yep, that's it. Thank you very much.
I have one question, and
Yeah.
that's, I'm not sure I really got it. So it is a feed for some topic, in this case we saw environment, but what's the query sent to the Newsmatics API? Just environment and it matches Sub-Zero, or is it somehow kind of like more complex query created by the AI or something?
We didn't use AI. We fetched most of the articles we could take, and after that, every one of them went through Yake to create the keywords, and the keywords were then mapped to our predefined topics. And we also created our own data set with the most common keywords for each of the team, and also our success rates was around 80%.
So it's actually like your database which tries to categorize the articles after you fetch them all, and then somehow the query to the Newsmatics API is just everything, or is it somehow kind of like guided by this topic as well?
Well, as of this moment, yes. The goal of the project was to eventually build out a set of our keywords and tags, which would work as a sort of advanced query, but because of time constraints and our small technical problems, we achieved this, which is basically, as Misha said, where we create our tags and keywords.
Okay, so we are essentially labeling it with some kind of like topics on your own from what you get. Nice, thank you.
Guys, so could you explain more about how would you design the recommendation system and what you achieved there?
Yeah, so what we did was we basically created a set of tags. So we started with politics, business, and tech, and we basically added a variable to each of the articles that the user reads. And so let's say I click on the 2 politics articles, 1 business article, a value will be added to my personal config, which consists of each tag has its own weight, and then based on how often I click on a tag, then that big of a weight will be added into my personal query.
And the personal query?
I mean a personal feed. Like basically we will get a base amount of text or articles, and then we will filter them out based on the weights of each of the tags that we have or the user has.
Okay, so it manipulates the frequency through like post filter.
Yeah,
thing.
basically. If I got it right.
Yeah, sure. Okay, thanks.